Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. We're going to go ahead and talk about Machiavellic Season 0.1. Yes, gameplay is coming to Machiavellic, and you should be excited about this because there are a ton of awesome prizes that you can go ahead and win in this first part of the season. So the season's going to kick off here in August. More details to come on the exact timing of it. But what I wanted to focus on in this video is going to be what's going to happen during that season, what you're going to need in order to get into that season, and the incredible prizes that are going to be available once that season kicks off. So that's what we're going to dive through as far as this video goes and really give you all the details around it. But before we jump into the video, please take a quick look at this disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please make sure you do your own research before you jump into any project. Don't take my word for it. Just make sure it's right for your situation. All right, so let's start talking about it. If you're familiar with Machiavellic, you know that they have officers that were available. You went ahead and you basically onboarded those officers, and they started earning you some passive rewards for just staking them within the game itself. And I have a whole separate video on that, which we'll briefly talk about here in a few minutes. But now it's time to get in there and actually start getting active with those officers, start trying to win these rewards, take out some cargo ships, hint, hint, and then you can go ahead and win a ton of different types of rewards that we're going to dive into here. So let's go ahead and start off with the actual gameplay that's going to happen here and be available during this first season. It's a pretty simple process. Basically, what's going to happen is there's going to be a ton of cargo ships that are going to go ahead and start flying through the hall. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to try and shoot them down. And as you shoot them down, you're going to go ahead and get rewards for it. That's the simplified version of the game. But as you can see, as these cargo ships are kind of going through the screen right now, you're seeing that they are all a little bit different. They all have a bunch of different cargo on there. And different rewards that you can go ahead and get once you go ahead and shoot them down. So you'll see everything from Cardano stuff to MAC as far as the MACH, FGL rewards, Wolfie rewards, Nova Pangea rewards. So there are a ton of collaborations and a ton of rewards that are in each of these cargo ships. Essentially, you're going to go ahead and arm your officers, and as these cargo ships go through the hull, they're going to go ahead and be able to shoot them down and get the rewards for it. So this is an example, basically a mock-up of what it's going to look like. You're going to go ahead and arm your officers, and as the cargo ships come through, you're going to go ahead and shoot them. There's different types of guns, there's different types of weapons. Like, for example, this is a drone. The one thing that they don't show here is the actual cargo ships coming through. This is just kind of a mock-up of what it's going to look like. But you're basically in the middle of the hull. All of these little cubbies or areas that in here are different officers from different players. When you shoot the cargo ships, if you miss the cargo ships and you hit one of these cabins, it's not going to hurt the other player. So you're actually not competing PvP. It's going to be PvE as far as fighting down the cargo ships. You will be competing against other players. So you're not just going to be shooting down the full cargo ship yourself and getting all the rewards. It's essentially however much you put into it compared to what other players put into it will be the rewards that you get from it. But this gives you an idea. Like I said, this is a drone flying around. There'll be cargo ships flying through and you're shooting them down. Or you can go back to the stationary gun like this, where you're going ahead and just shooting whatever comes through there. So there's a number of different ways that you can go ahead and play this game. This just gives you an example as far as what's available as far as the cabins and how kind of the gameplay is going to play out. So jumping back over here to the actual website, and I'll have a link in the description down below how you can go ahead and access this and dive through all the details if you want. You can go ahead and see that it's going to be over $6,000 in rewards. Again, these are partnerships and collaborations with other projects, plus the FGL and the Machiavellic teams are going to go ahead and put rewards in there. But you go ahead, and if I scroll down just a little bit, you're going to get to see, like, in general, what kind of rewards are going to be popping up here. Anywhere from different types of tokens to a whole bunch of different NFTs that are going to be available. So there's tons and tons of rewards in here. And this is just, there may be more. There may be more from the time of this recording till when the season actually kicks off. There may be more than what you actually see here. I can't guarantee that. I can only tell you what we're actually seeing. But that's how you go ahead and the gameplay works. You go ahead and weaponize your officers, and they'll go ahead and attack the cargo ships. Now the question is, what do you need to actually go ahead and play the season and jump in there and be able to try and win some of these awesome prizes? First thing you're going to go ahead and need is you're going to need an officer. If you don't already have an officer, you need to go out and get one. It's pretty simple. You can go ahead to any secondary market. For example, we're going to talk about Wax, but they also have them available on the Cardano blockchain. But there's a lot available on Wax, so we'll go ahead and talk about that. If you go ahead to Atomic Hub, go to Market, and go ahead and type in Mac. You're going to go ahead and see Machiavellic come up here. And then all you're going to go ahead and do is click the OCP, and that's going to give you the list of available officers. Now, please understand, as you're going through this, there are different ranks. Obviously, what you see here is the lowest rank, which is the 1, but you can go all the way down to Supreme Leaders. I don't think there's any available of those. Majors is going to be the highest rank that are currently available at the time of this recording, and they range for anywhere between 3,000 all the way up to what we saw before, which was 429 wax. So depending on what you're looking for, you can either go high tier officer or you can go low tier officer, but you can go ahead and grab them off of any secondary market. So that's one thing that you're going to need. The second thing that you're going to need, we're going to jump back over to the site, is the weapons. You have the officers, now you need the weapons. So there is a drop that's happening very shortly from the time of this recording. Probably by the time you're watching this, it may already be available, or if it's going to be available in the next day or so. It's going to be on Nifty blocks. But what you're going to go ahead and see is plenty of different options that are going to be available as part of the sale goes. As I mentioned before, there are a ton of different weapons, but before we talk about the weapons themselves, let's talk about the cabins. A while ago, there was a cabin sale and it sold out. It flew out pretty quickly. So all of them are sold off the initial sale, but they are available in the secondary market. But what they're going through and they're going to do is a seasonal, basically a limited edition cabin that you can go ahead and grab. It gives different bonuses higher than just the free cabins that you can go ahead and get. Please understand there are free cabins. These just give a bonus, so you can go ahead and play either way when it comes to that. But the next item on the list is really the weapons that we're talking about. This is the Scout, basically a drone that we saw during that video flying through there. It's not stationary like all the other weapons. You can fly through and attack, and it's probably going to be overall easier to attack with this one. But it does come with a little bit of a higher price tag, so be aware of that. And then there are a ton of different other weapons, from phasers, cannons. You'll see the top two here. Then if I scroll down, we have missile launchers, rail guns, Gatling guns, and lasers. So there are 6 different stationary weapons that you can go ahead and grab, and they'll be stationary with your officer. They don't fly around like the drone does, but those will all be available, and they're all $20 each. So you can go ahead and check out what's best for you. And then last but not least, there is the ammunition packs, and this is what gives you the weapons, the different types of weapons that are not weapons, sorry, the ammunition that goes with the weapons that'll allow you to go ahead and shoot down those cargo ships. And it comes in 3 different packs: the gold pack, the platinum pack, and the diamond pack. Just talking through the different packs, they all come with an assortment of ammunition. You're going to go ahead and get 1 legendary power cell with the gold one. You're going to go ahead and get 3 with the next one, and then you're going to go ahead and get 5, and they all come with some sort of combination of fireworks, flares, and markers that you can go ahead and check out. All the details are out here, so you can go dive in and figure out what's best for your situation. But from a price tag perspective, it's $30, $50, and $75. So you can go ahead and search through this and determine what's best for your situation. If you go ahead and grab those, you can go ahead and jump in with an officer, with a weapon, and the ammunition that you're going to go ahead and need to fire that weapon with. And then you can go ahead and go through the onboarding process, which is straightforward because I went through and did this through a full other video. You can go ahead and search through it. I'll have a link in the description down below to this one, but in case you're looking through YouTube, this is the icon there you're going to go ahead and see. Or if you go over to the FGL Discord, and you can get access to it that way, and that'll go ahead and show you how to onboard your officers, give them the cabins, whether you have your own cabin or you grab one of the free cabins. basically how to customize them a little bit, name them, and get them onboarded so you are ready to go with this event that's coming up here in the near future. Now, just to do a quick recap, season 0.1 for Machiavellic is kicking off here in August. There are over $6,000 in rewards, from tokens to different NFTs for collaboration and partner games. And then you're going to go ahead and need an officer and weapon and ammunition to go ahead and play the game itself. And you're shooting down these cargo ships, so you're going to go ahead and compete against other players to try and get these awesome rewards. Please let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions, any concerns, anything that you want to be explained a little bit better, and we'll be happy to jump in there. I also highly encourage everybody to go ahead over to the FGL Discord because there's a full section for Machiavellic where you can also ask your questions and probably get a quicker response from them than I'll be able to. But if there's enough demand, I'll go ahead and do a follow-up video to this. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.